We'll take a break, though, right?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Waddell, Arizona, just in the shadows of the White Tank Mountains here in the, I don't know, I want to call it extreme West Valley, far West Valley of metropolitan Phoenix area here on the edge of, nearly the edge of Maricopa County, the western border. Well, actually, Maricopa
California,
goes,
it's
yeah.
the border of
So, yeah,
Arizona and California, pretty
yes.
much, way out here.
Yeah, so welcome to the Varsity Sports Show, a special broadcast tonight of Canyon View Boys Basketball live from Canyon View High School. And Vince Delicio here, joined by my broadcast partners, Brittany Boyer and Derek Diesner.
Awesome to be out
Derek,
here.
how you guys doing?
It's great to be out here. You know, Canyon View is a beautiful campus. You know, people, if you haven't made it out here yet, I hope when fans can come back and start attending games that you take your chance to make a trip out here.
Yes, definitely. Derek, you actually live pretty close by, don't you? You stopped at home for dinner and came out.
I live 3 miles away from here. I'm actually right next door to Verrado High School.
Nice.
So this is going to be fun to see these two schools square off here tonight. I'm sure this will be a friendly battle throughout the years between these two close opponents, and looking forward to a lot of fun here. A beautiful facility here at Canyon View High School. Canyon View Arena is it's gorgeous, to say the least.
It's brand new, and we got our first taste of Canyon View in the fall when we did a Saturday night football game of the week here. It was Canyon View hosting Tempe, the Buffaloes, and what a battle that was. It was so exciting. It was literally the most exciting game of the 20 games over 9 weeks that our crew covered. It was hands down the most exciting. And also, we got to talk about the facilities. My gosh, you mentioned the Canyon View Arena and the beauty of this thing. It's so new. It's like got that new car smell. But the stadium, the football stadium, is incredible. And this community is serious about the extracurricular activities. They're serious about curricular activities, but also the extracurriculars, and they really take care of things here, and the people are very caring, and it's a great environment. Big kudos to Principal Philip Nowlin and Athletic Director Andrea Hudson and all the families that are involved here. We appreciate you and this opportunity to present some fun basketball. So tonight, Derek, myself, Britt, we're going to be broadcasting here the varsity boys basketball game. They host Verrado. It's a big rivalry that's developing here, obviously being in the West Valley, and it should be a lot of fun. Derek, you think these teams are pretty evenly matched?
Yeah, they are. I mean, looking at the records coming into tonight, the Verrado Vipers are 3-3 overall this season, 3-1 in 5A play. Canyon View, they compete at the 4A level. They are 2-4 overall, 2-2 in league play.
Yeah. So good stuff. Should make for a fun one. Stick around. We'll be back. We're going to see if we can catch head basketball coach Adrian Orona here before tip-off. And, yeah, stick around. We'll be back in just a minute. 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check.
Check, check, check. Seems to be getting mine.
Sound check, 1, 2. Sound check, 1, 2.
Check, check.
Yeah, good. Good. Got it? Yeah. Okay, so go back. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Thank God, because that would have been the hot spot. We got that thing. I came in the mail today. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Let's meet Coach Orona. Let's get his starting lineups, and then Brent, if you want to do a quick pregame with him. Hey, so if I mute it on there, it's fine. It'll work. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Because and I muted both. I think input and output just because I was paranoid about it. Yeah. Okay, let's get his starters. Oh, it's finally on for me.
And then what's your last name?
Orona?
Orona?
No, Rona.
Rona.
Like Corona without the C.
Okay, just Rona.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Miss Rona?
Yeah, more like coronavirus. I've been dealing with that for the last 8 months.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, Special Edition Friday Night Basketball. We are live from Canyon View High School. Vince DeLisio here with Derek Diesner and our broadcast partner in crime, Brittany Boyer. Britt is joined by Coach Adrian Orona and the head boys basketball coach. Take it away, Britt.
I'm here with Coach Orona of the Canyon View Jaguars. Now, Coach, still a really new program. You have a lot you can establish here. What are you looking forward to the most as Canyon View continues to progress this year?
Basically just more execution. You know, we're definitely developing strength-wise and with our team chemistry and execution, but we really need to just put 4 quarters together. We've had some good, good stints of ball play here and there, but if we put 4 quarters together, we'll be all right.
Now, you guys have quite a few players that are able to contribute on both sides of the ball. Who can we expect to stand out for you guys the most tonight?
Ladarian Hayes has been having a really good beginning of the season. He's averaging about 20 points a game coming in. He can elevate very well. He's got a good quicks off the ball. We go as he goes. So.
Now, what are the keys to the game going to be for you guys against this solid Verrado squad?
We got to make sure we're just as we talked about in the locker room, we got to be a little bit more patient with the basketball. Their defense gave us a few problems last game. We want to make sure that we make solid passes, get high percentage shots, and limit our unforced errors.
Perfect. Well, you heard it here from Coach Orona. Vince, back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Britt.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Hey, that was great. So, we're so excited to be out here at Canyon View. We had a chance to chat with Coach Orona, got his thoughts. We're going to try to catch him again halftime, catch him again postgame, and we're so looking forward to tonight's game. Derek, what's the vibe out here? Obviously, not as many people as a traditional pre-pandemic game, but what are you seeing?
You still feel the energy when you walk in the gym, and there are a good amount of fans here. And that is nice to see, and I'm sure we'll have a few more trickle in before the opening tip. Again, these two schools close by, so this is going to be a lot of fun, a lot of friendly rivalry between these two.
Yeah, and the other thing, we've got a let's see if it's working. We were kind of playing around with what we called our Jag Cam. Let's see if we could bring that up. And where is it here? There it is, our Jag Cam, and that's our student intern Roxy. We're going to see if we get that thing working, but it's an actual live stream video on an iPhone, so we'll have that throughout the game. Anyway, just one of those fun little things. So, and we're grateful we got Roxy that's going to be manning the main game camera. So all of your game footage will be coming from her. So thank you for that, Roxy, and we're going to have a great game. So we're going to take a break. We'll be right back in just a few. Thank you once again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show Network out at Canyon View High School, Canyon View Arena in Waddell. Stick around. log out. We're connected, aren't we? Yeah.
And they're going to call it on Josh Abramson. Couple of substitutions for Verrado as Tanner Martala call it on Josh Abramson, along with Cole Monday. Couple of substitutions for Verrado as Tanner Martala call it on Josh Abramson, along with Cole Monday. Couple of substitutions for Verrado as Tanner Martala call it on Josh Abramson, along with Cole Monday. Couple of substitutions for Verrado as Tanner Marshall call it on Josh Abramson, along with Cole Monday. Couple of substitutions for Verrado as Tanner Marshall call it on corner to Frank ball. Cole Monday. Couple of substitutions for Verrado. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one track. Couple of substitutions. Brady Verrado pass. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one track. Couple of substitutions. Brady Verrado pass. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one track. Couple of substitutions. Brady Verrado pass. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one track. Couple of substitutions. Brady Verrado pass. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one track. Couple of substitutions. Brady Verrado pass. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one track. Couple of substitutions. Brady Verrado pass. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one track. Couple of substitutions. Brady Verrado pass. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one track. Couple of substitutions. Brady Verrado pass. This pass is intercepted by Vineyard. He goes up one 7 seconds to go in this first quarter of play. And Verrado's going to get the final shot of this first quarter. They trail by 6. Johnson inbound. Johnson looking for somebody. Throws this ball right to a Jaguar. 3 seconds. Flores fires up a deep 3 off the back of the iron. No good, and that will do it for this first quarter of play. After 8 minutes complete, it's the Canyon View Jaguars 11 and the Verrado Vipers 5. We will be back from Canyon View High School right after this. You're tuned in to the Varsity Sports Show Network. Be Jaguar basketball to begin things here in the second quarter. 11-5. It's been all Jaguars here early on. Flores picks up his dribble, gives it down to Cosgrove. They'll move the ball around now as Flores back with it. He'll cut down the lane, gives it over to Cosgrove. Marshall called for the travel, and it will be Viper basketball.
So Derek, it's it's amazing. And sorry, I was here trying to work on our connection, so I apologize for that. But we got things straightened out. It's a low scoring game, but these teams are battling neck and neck here and not giving an inch. You talk about 11-5 for gosh sakes into the second quarter. It's unheard of. It's like baseball.
It's like a track meet. These two teams are running and playing hard. They're just a lot of defense, a lot of contact. We're seeing some early fouls, and these teams are going at each other.
So we're thrilled to be partnered up with Canyon View. We're going to be doing some work here throughout the year in covering both boys and girls basketball. It's going to be a lot of fun, and looking forward to getting to know this community even more, especially after our experience back in October when Canyon View hosted Tempe in football and won that exciting game in the last minute.
Vipers have the ball a minute into this second quarter, and a travel will turn it right back over to the Jaguars. Couple of substitutions. Ladarian Hayes and Kamar Outley will check back in for the Jaguars. So two of the top players back in now for the Jaguars, and their starting 5 is pretty solid. That's saying a lot for this young team. Again, no seniors for Canyon View. They have 8 juniors and 3 sophomores.
Yeah, that's about right. That's how it was in football as well. And when it's your first year of varsity play, it's gonna be a lot of underclassmen. And there are some programs that don't even venture into starting their varsity programs until they get a class of seniors in. These guys went in right away. They've got such a supportive administration, coaching staff, and obviously everything starts at the top. With the principal Nowlin and athletic director Hudson here getting things going, and they were eager, chomping at the bit. And I'll tell you one more thing, Derek. What's most impressive about all this? They started right away in 4A. There's a lot of schools, 2A, smaller population of students, 3A. These guys, they're 1,500 students now. The capacity, they plan to be upwards of 2,000 in the next couple of years, and they're playing with the big boys.
Well, I get it. If you're gonna go big or you go home, and
That's it.
they're ready to play.
That's it.
And this community is just continuing to grow day by day. It is simply amazing. Turnover, and the Vipers quickly down on the other end. Binyard will give it up to Rubio. Rubio over to Sant. Back to Rubio, kicks it out. Binyard picks up his dribble. He's double teamed. Up top to Sant. Over to Johnson. Ball deflected. It will stay with Verrado. Checking in for the Vipers is Logan Maynard. He will replace Xavier Binyard.
So make sure, folks, tomorrow morning, and we'll obviously talk to Coach Orona here as the game progresses, halftime, postgame. But check in tomorrow morning. We'll get some postgame thoughts from him on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS, 9 to 10 a.m. Saturday morning.
Martellata running the floor. You don't see that often out of a big man. Good to see, though, as he takes it right to the rack and is fouled. He'll head to the line. 5:48 to go in this second quarter of play. 11-5 Jaguars lead. Martellata. I think he hit every part of the rim on that first free throw attempt. No good. A couple of substitutions for the Vipers. Checking in is Joshua Shelton. Canyon View also had a substitution, and Danny Diaz is at the table, set to check in for the Jaguars as well. No good on the second attempt. Cosgrove with the rebound. Marshall swings it near side. Franco, cross-court pass over to Hayes. Hayes right down the lane. No good as the ball was deflected, but he was able to get his own rebound. He hit the floor pretty hard and keeps checking his nose. I hope he's all right. Canyon View cannot afford to lose Ladarian Hayes, as Danny Diaz now will check into the ball game, and he will replace Hayes. As maybe they'll just give him a quick breather, look at his nose, make sure he's okay. Viper basketball, under 5.5 to go until halftime. Picking up his dribble is Maynard. Three on the way, no good. Maynard with the rebound, he'll send it down low. Good ball movement. Martellata, though, is going to be called for the travel. Took too many steps, and that will give it to the Jaguars. 11-5 our score. 5 minutes to go in this first half of play. Marshall, bounce pass over to Cosgrove. Cosgrove back over to Marshall. Marshall, risky cross-court pass. He's lucky, though, that a few of his teammates were able to bail him out. Marshall will take a step inside the three-point arc. His shot no good. And then whistled for the over-the-back foul is Danny Diaz. He was trying to go for that rebound, but just did not have position. You hate to see a foul like that. 4:44 to go until half. 11-5 Jaguars lead, but heading to the free throw line for the Vipers is Christian Rubio. Rubio comes into tonight's action averaging over 7 points a game, and he knocks down the first free throw. He's only a freshman, but he has been busy for this squad. Second attempt, no good, and trying to chase down the rebound was Franco, but he goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Vipers. Rubio pretty much does everything for this Viper team. He's averaging over 7 points a game, averaging close to 6 rebounds a game, over 4 assists a game, and he also averages 4 steals a game. Pretty solid player, if you ask me. Hook shot too strong, no good. Outley with the rebound. Marshall will push ahead for the Jags. Marshall drives, kicks out to Franco. Franco's pass deflected, and that will be turned over. Martellata looking to go the entire way, but yet again, he travels. He's looking around like, what are you talking about? But he got tripped up as he was driving down the lane. substitution for the Jaguars as Josiah Flores will check back in, replacing Franco. Marshall gets it over to Flores. Flores trapped and just turns it right over. The Viper defender couldn't even believe he got the ball. Rubio left that layup short, no good. Jaguars with the board. Marshall quickly at the other end, cross-court pass over to Diaz, who lays it up and in 4-2. And the Jaguars strike, 13-6. They lead by 7, 3:40 to go until half. Rubio over to Sant. Verrado will play catch around the three-point arc. Sant with it, picks up his dribble, sends it up top to Rubio. Rubio goes down low with it to Shelton.
Nice little steal there.
What a turnover, and trying to go coast to coast was Marshall, but getting up was Christian Rubio. There's that man again. We were just talking about the freshman Rubio, and he comes out of nowhere with the big block on Dante Marshall. You know, Marshall's known as the defensive stopper for Canyon View. However, on that go-around, he was stopped.
Well, yeah, and, you know, nowadays we're seeing more and more freshmen being elevated right to the varsity level to play because they're just so good. I mean, kids are going to camps year-round. They're you know, all the coaching, the working out. This isn't, it's not the same basketball of 20, 30 years ago.
No, definitely not. 14-6 our score as we approach the 3-minute mark to go in this second quarter. And Verrado will call a timeout. Ramon Marks wants a 30 to talk things over with his team right as we hit that 3-minute mark. Vince, it's been some fast-paced action to this point. 14-6, again, low scoring output here this evening, but there's a lot of fight between these two.
Well, there is. There's a lot of running back and forth. I mean, these guys are going to be winded before all is said and done, and not a lot of points to show for it. But they're keeping it fairly close. Verrado is trying to keep themselves in this game. They're down by 4 buckets. It's real easy to make up that deficit. You got to play a little defense, but obviously that ball has to find the net.
Coming out of the timeout on the floor for Canyon View is Kamar Outley, Logan Abreu, Danny Diaz, Dante Marshall, and Bryson Cosgrove. Rubio will handle for Verrado. He'll sling it over to Maynard. Maynard trapped in the corner, looking to give it up to somebody. He finds Binyard. Binyard with it. Now he picks up his dribble. He'll go near side to Sant. Sant in the corner. Neo Johnson drives, kicks it out. 3 on the way. No good off the back of the iron. And off of the hands of the junior Danny Diaz, out of bounds. Verrado lucks out, will get the ball back underneath their bucket with 2:35 to go. Inbounds pass, 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Binyard the board, he's blocked from behind. And Diaz comes up with the loose ball. Out ahead now to Marshall. Marshall gets it over to Abreu, who finds Cosgrove, jumper no good. Coming out of nowhere was Abreu for the rebound, and he is fouled on his attempt up to the bucket. Clock stops at 2:15. They'll whistle Neo Johnson for the foul. First free throw attempt, in and out, no good for Logan Abreu. Checking in for Verrado is Adrian Swiergen, as well as Tanner Martellata. It's the first time I believe we've seen Adrian Swiergen here this evening. Second attempt, no good. We've got a tie-up for the ball, jump ball, and it will remain with the Jags as possession arrows with the home team. Cosgrove to inbound. goes off of the fingertips of Abreu, and at the other end went Rubio. His shot was deflected, and we've got a whistle. Looks like Martellata was fouled going up for the putback. So Martala will head to the line. He's averaging over 3 points a game on the season, but he's been busy tonight. He's been to the charity stripe a couple times already.
Yeah, they've got to sink these buckets, and they mean so much more when it is a low-scoring game.
Well, he converts on both of them. It's a 6-point lead for the Jaguars, 14-8, 2 minutes to go until halftime. Abreu, bounce pass over to Cosgrove, back in the hands of Marshall. Trying to find a hole in this Verrado press, and they do as Abreu with the reverse lay-in. And it's 16-8, Jaguars lead. 100 seconds to go. Martala to Rubio, over to Sant, in the corner. Binyard gives it up. Good ball movement yet again by the Vipers. 3 on the way by Martellata, and he gets it to go. He's got the hot hand, and the Vipers now trail by just 5. 16-11 our score. 1:10 to go until the half. 3 on the way. No good by Cosgrove, and a whistle underneath. Looks like this is going against Danny Diaz. Diaz is struggling a little bit. He's had a rough couple of minutes for the Jaguars, and that'll send the Vipers to the free throw line.
You know, again, here we are. We're a minute away from halftime. We've got a total between both teams of 27 points. And but they are battling. They are battling on both ends of the court. It's not as if one team is, playing all the defense. I mean, they both are. They're both trying to go to the basket. It's just a whole heck of a lot of defense going on tonight.
And a great heads-up play by the Verrado defense there, as Dante Marshall is going to be called for the offensive foul. And that'll send the Vipers right back to the free throw line. Jaguars now have over 10 team fouls, and they're in the double. They send Verrado into the double bonus as Marshall's going to check out of this game. Josiah Flores will check back in. 1:04 to go until the half. Jaguars clinging to a 5-point lead. Martellata. Again, Verrado will swing it around the 3-point arc. Maynard over to Martellata to Rubio now. 45 seconds until the half. Binyard for 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound by Swearigan.
Nice job there.
Tanner Martellata, he's been busy these last few minutes.
Well, I tell you, he was double teamed. Phil still found a little seam, able to pop that shot in, and Jaguars better be careful.
3 on the way by Abreu, in and out, no good. Martellata with the rebound. Who else? Gets it out ahead to Sant. 15 seconds until the half. It's a 3-point lead for the Jaguars. A 3 here by the Vipers would tie things at the half. Rubio over to Binyard. They'll swing it around the arc. Sant for 3, no good. Abreu with the rebound. 1 second. He'll heave it up.
Wow.
No good, but what an attempt as he just pushed it to the right. So after 16 minutes of play, the Jaguars lead the Vipers 16-13. Let's now send it down to Brittany Boyer with head coach Adrian Orona.
All right, I'm here with Coach Orona. So kind of a rough first half trying to get shots to fall for you guys. What are you going to talk about in the locker room at the half?
Beyond that, I can't say anything bad about our defensive pressure. I mean, keeping them 13 points, that's not bad, but 16 is definitely not good. We're not having enough patience. We're not moving the basketball like we need to, make their defense work, maybe get them to run out some gas there. So if we're a little bit more patient, we find those high percentage shots, I think we're going to be fine in the second half.
Perfect. All right, Coach, I'll let you get to the locker room with your boys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Britt. Well, that pretty much sums it up. He's seeing the same thing on the bench that we're seeing up here. You know, we're not scoring enough points. We're playing some defense, but we gotta be playing some offense as well.
Yes. Yeah, it's that was a first half to remember. I'll tell you, yes, it was a defensive battle, but the offense definitely needs to pick it up here in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. And so it'll be interesting, you know, and with both teams, you wonder what is going to be said at halftime. Obviously, guys, we got to score some points. Do what we do in practice, do what we've done in other games. So let's get it going. Put some points on the board. Now, fortunately for the Jaguars, they're clinging to a lead, but they've got an opportunity, and they don't want to give the Vipers an opportunity to continue to creep up on them and take the lead here. So they're going to have to step up their game in the second half, because I guarantee you the coaches on the other side of the bench from the other school are telling their guys the same thing and trying to exploit whatever they saw in the first half to apply it into the second. So anyway, but no, that's it. We'll see if we can get a hold of some stats here to deliver before the end of halftime, and enjoy halftime. We're going to take a quick break. Thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show Network, live from Canyon View High School, home of the Jaguars, and our new West Valley partner, Canyon View Boys Basketball. We'll be right back.
Welcome back into Canyon View Arena on the campus of Canyon View High School here in Waddell, Arizona. Derek Diesner back with you. 16-13 our score. Jaguars lead the Verrado Vipers, but the Vipers will have it first here to start the second half, and the big man, Josh Abramson, is fouled going up for it. They're going to call this on Kamar Outley. And Abramson will go to the line, the senior for the Verrado Vipers, averaging over 5 points a game coming into tonight's action. Abramson's first free throw attempt, no good. The second, off the iron, no good. Ball deflected. Boy, it looks like everyone was playing hot potato with it. Hayes comes up with it, cuts to the bucket, leaves it short, and Johnson gets the rebound. Johnson, bounce pass ahead to Binyard. 3 on the way, that was blocked. And throwing it a bit too far was Hayes. He was looking for Marshall. So kind of similar to the play we saw in the first half, and a 3 on the way by Neo Johnson, no good. Ball tipped around, going up with it.
Nice little block there at the end of the play.
Rubio.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to get anything done in the paint here with both of these teams. I mean, the defense that these guys are playing is off the charts. These guys are playing hard. It's unfortunate breaks with some errant passes being thrown, just overthrown a bit. But I mean, again, they're running the floor and running hard.
First free throw is good by Rubio. Rubio's second attempt is good. 16-15. Verrado now trails by just 1. The Jaguars looking for a spark here in this second half. Hayes gives it off in the corner to Abreu. Abreu over to Marshall. Marshall kicks it out. Abreu's shot short. Offensive rebound by Cosgrove, who gets it out to Hayes. Hayes will take that 3, dead on, no good. And Marshall comes up with the loose ball. Marshall over to Cosgrove. It looked like the ball was tipped, but it goes in. Nothing but net. Jaguars lead 19-15.
So what I'd like to do is I want to introduce Roxy. We're going to talk to Roxy at the end of the game and have her join us because I want to find out a little bit more about her. Roxy, obviously our student intern that will be working with us all season. And hopefully I'm looking up at her smiling. She can't see my smile under my mask, but and get to know a little bit about her and some of her aspirations in broadcasting and production. Looking forward to talking to her.
I have a substitution for Verrado as Martellata will check back in, replacing the big man Josh Abramson, who's been in foul trouble this evening. Dante Marshall at the line, no good. Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll be Viper basketball. 6:20 to go in this third quarter of play. 21-15. Jaguars lead the Vipers. Rubio near side to Johnson. They're going to work the ball down to Martellata. Hook shot, too strong, no good. And then Abreu is like tackled by Martellata. I think he forgot what sport he was playing there.
Yeah.
Jaguar basketball as Dante Marshall brings it ahead. Hayes, bounce pass back over to Marshall. Marshall, cross-court pass to Abreu. Coming out of nowhere to get the loose ball was Cosgrove. He'll go up top to Abreu, over to Hayes now. Hayes, back in the corner, 3 on the way by Cosgrove. No good, ball tipped around. And coming up with the loose ball is Neo Johnson. Pushing out ahead, 3 on the way by Sant. No good. Defensive rebound, Kamar Outley. Outley gives it over to Abreu, who puts it in the hands of Cosgrove. Cross-court pass, 3 on the way, no good. Coming away with the rebound is Neo Johnson. He turns it over. Cosgrove.
Nice
the
play.
Reverse lay-in, up and in for 2. Jaguars lead by 8.
That right there could likely be the turning point in the game to where the Jags finally, the light turns on and the aggressive play to the basket begins. I feel it. There's a vibe in the air. Now call it just intuition, whatever you want to call it, but it really feels like uh, the feel, the vibe in this gymnasium, to use that term again, is starting to definitely get a Jaguar feel from the stands down to the players on the court.
Rubio hits the first free throw, and checking in for the Jaguars is Joseph Franco. Second free throw is good by Christian Rubio. I got to tell you, Vince, I've been very impressed by this Christian Rubio, only a freshman. I'm excited to see what this kid, this young man, has in store the next 4 years with this Verrado program. 3 on the way by Marshall. He left it short. Martellata the rebound. Jaguars
Nice steal.
lead by 6.
There's the vibe.
Turnover, Abreu with it. Abreu picks up his dribble. Pass over to Cosgrove for 3. No good. Rebound into the hands of Rubio, who heaves it down court to Martellata, who lays it up and in for 2. 23-19. Jaguars lead at 4, and we've got a whistle. This is going against the Jags. And now Canyon View will call a timeout.
Yeah, coach wants to talk about it, but he doesn't need a lot of time. He's going to take 30, so we'll keep it right here. You know, it's a 4-point lead. It was 8 just a minute ago. There's nothing saying that they can't get the tide turned and get it back up to 8. But Coach Orona is going to address some things with his squad right now, and notably, you know, how to cover your man down court. You know, there have been several instances where you're just leaving guys open, and these guys, they've got to get people back to cover. You know, they're leading. They've got the lead. It's a low-scoring affair here in the third quarter, 23-19. Be interesting to see if this continues to be a low-scoring affair or if we're going to get a run. We've seen games where it's literally neck and neck, low-scoring, then all of a sudden they get a hot hand, and both teams start to get a hot hand, and they're trading baskets the rest of the game.
Vipers control the basketball. Binyard. He'll send it down in the corner to Johnson. Back to Binyard. Neo Johnson at the top of the key. Puts it in the hands of Christian Rubio, who finds Sant. Sant back to Johnson. Neo Johnson for 3, no good. Look who's there to clean it up. That's Christian Rubio, lays it up and in for 2. And now the Vipers trail by just 2. 23-21, 3:45 to go in this third quarter of play. Marshall gives it off to Hayes. Hayes back over to Marshall with the deep 3 off the front of the iron. Binyard will chase down that rebound, and Verrado's got numbers. A great tip pass from Rubio back to Binyard, who lays it up and in, and we're all knotted at 23 with 3:20 to go in this third quarter of play. Binyard almost stole it away. Marshall able to corral the loose ball. Marshall bounce pass over to Franco, 3 on the way, off the back of the iron, no good. Marshall the rebound. He'll throw it away. Martellata stole it. Marshall steals it from him. Marshall drives baseline. Looked like he was out of control, but they're going to call it on Martellata.
Yeah, it looks like Dante, who's the defensive specialist for this Jaguar team, is limping a little bit. He's going to come and have a seat. I think he took a little shot to the thigh and try to walk it off there, but take a break for just a few minutes. Got a substitution in.
Xavion Binyard checks out for the Vipers as Cole Monday replaced him. Hayes gives it over to Franco. Franco back into the hands of Hayes. 2:45 to go in this third quarter of play. Franco in and out, no good. Rebound Monday. Check that. And rebound actually was Neo Johnson, who gives it off to Rubio. Martala goes up with it. No good. Ball's loose and a tie up underneath. Possession arrows with the Vipers. And
So,
grabbing his calf right now
somebody
in
down.
some serious pain. It looks like it's Logan Abreu. I think he just needs to get stretched out. It definitely looked painful.
Yeah. It looks worse than it potentially is. And the reason why I say that is the trainer's out there and really working on his leg. So if it was a serious injury, they wouldn't be touching him.
Right. So getting a quick reset of this game. 2:27 to go in this third quarter, and it's 23-all right now, Vince. Verrado has really fought hard here in this second half and have come back to tie this score. We're in for a fun final 11 and a half minutes or 10 and a half minutes.
Yeah, and we have to decide on the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game tonight, the Jaguars Player of the Game, and so we'll have a couple of nominees, and we'll decide who that Player of the Game is, and hopefully we can get them on post-game after we talk to Coach Orona.
And limping to the sideline is Logan Abreu, but he's able to walk off the court on his own power. He's got the trainer with him, but his leg definitely tightened up on him. It'll be Jaguar basketball. Franco to inbound. And Hayes will bring it up court for Canyon View. Hayes, bounce pass over to Franco. Almost threw that away, but Hayes was able to chase it down. Cosgrove driving down the lane is Hayes. Too strong, no good. Offensive rebound, Josiah Flores. Flores was looking for Cosgrove.
Nice save. Oh, my gosh.
Was
right into the scorer's table.
A jumper no good by Outley, and the rebound goes to Rubio. Rubio pushes ahead. He finds Martala. And Martala lost his footing and goes down. Turnover. It'll be Jaguars basketball.
I tell you what, Derek, we are seeing a lot of defense tonight, and the selling out to save the basketball. Ramming right in, and you see obviously the scores table is padded up pretty heavily, but this is like arena football down there.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have a lot to talk about on the Jaguar segment tomorrow morning in the Varsity Sports Show.
Martala's gonna come out of this game as he's been limping since that last offensive possession. Checking back in for Verrado will be Josh Abramson. And watch out for the senior. He could put up buckets and get rebounds, but this young man is in foul trouble here this evening. We'll see if the Jaguars try to exploit that. Cosgrove will take the three and bury it. 26-23, Jaguars lead it. What a shot over two defenders. Binyard in the corner, gives it over to Sant. They'll put it in the hands of Christian Rubio. Rubio gets it to Binyard. Back out. Rubio thought about the three. They'll move the ball around. Sant for three. He connects. We're knotted at 26. 1 minute to go in this third quarter of play. Hayes. Bounce pass over to Franco. Franco finds Flores. Flores gonna drive baseline. Good look to Cosgrove, who puts it up and in for two. Jags lead by two.
That's what they need.
Sant gets it down to Binyard. Binyard back over to Sant. 30 seconds to go in this third quarter of play. Rubio picks up his dribble over to Sant for three. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound, Josiah Flores. What an outlet pass to Hayes, who lays it up and in for two.
Great play.
Jaguars lead 30-26.
Heady play by the young man, Ladarian Hayes, the offensive machine for this Jaguar team.
Cole Monday dribbles. 7 seconds to go. He gets it over to Rubio. Rubio, floater, no good, too strong. Ball's loose. Monday puts it up and in at the buzzer. 30-28, Jaguars will take a 2-point lead over the Verrado Vipers into the fourth quarter of play. We'll put 8 minutes on the clock. Jaguars lead by 2. Stick with us, folks. We'll be back here from Canyon View Arena right after this on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
From Canyon View High School out in the West Valley, Canyon View, and what is likely going to be a big rivalry for many years to come, hosting the Verrado Vipers.
This will be a lot of fun, though.
Oh,
Watch this
it's gonna
and
be a lot of fun
track
to cover.
this rivalry throughout the years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a great rivalry for years to come, and you got to imagine when the environment is such that people can gather a little bit in larger crowds. This place is going to be rocking. It is going to be, and you could tell even with limited numbers allowed, it's still a great turnout.
Just think about what football season will be like.
Oh.
These kids will be able to tailgate, have some fun. It'll be loud.
It will be, and it is the stadium is very it is capable of doing just that. It's a very large facility.
Good ball movement by the Jaguars, and draining the three is Ladarian Hayes.
That is great.
5-point lead for the Jags. Turnover. Hayes comes up with the loose ball. He's looking to go coast to coast and does. 35-28, Canyon View leads Verrado by 7. 7:15 to go.
Wow.
That was fast.
It was fast, yeah.
A three on the way, and it's good. There's that man again, Christian Rubio. And I don't know, Vince, who the fans are going to vote for the player of the game, but I think it's got to be between Rubio and Ladarian Hayes.
Well, and let's put it to a vote. Let's have the fans go. You're obviously watching this on YouTube. Type in the comments section who you think the player of the game should be. We'd love to hear from you.
Three on the way by Rubio. In and out, no good. Binyard with the board, and he was fouled. They're going to whistle this on Ladarian Hayes.
And it's okay to say that either Derek or myself or Brittany are players of the game too. You guys can
or our production
select one of us.
staff. I mean,
or our production staff, or Roxy, or Justice, our producer. So yeah, by all means, put it out there, and nobody's going to get paid any more to do that. But it's just nice, a little pat on the back. So anyway,
Binyard with the ball, gives it back. Good give and go. Martala leaves it short, no good. Rebound into the hands of Franco. And Canyon View will slow it down as Hayes brings it across the timeline. In the corner, three on the way, no good. Ball's loose. Jaguars will control. They find their big man. He overshoots the bucket, no good. Rubio the rebound. Rubio will bring it across the timeline. 6 minutes to go in this game. Martala over to Johnson. They'll swing it around the three-point arc. They'll give it back to Martala. He walked with it. And he knew it. He let his foot go, and he couldn't decide. Did he want to drive to the bucket or dish it off? So the Jaguars will control. Quick three on the way, no good. Ball's loose. There's a scrum for it on the floor. Martala's got it. And it will be Verrado basketball as it's a jump ball. Possession arrow is with the Vipers. 5:39 to go. Jaguars lead the Vipers 35-31. And looks like we are going to have a timeout on the floor as they wipe up a wet spot. But Verrado's going to use a full timeout anyways to talk things over. We'll take one with them. 5:39 to go. 35-31. Jaguars lead the Vipers here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Sports Show Network live from Canyon View High School out in the West Valley. Canyon View hosting Verrado. Canyon View leads 35-31, 5.5 remaining in this game. Wow, things are starting to pick up now, Derek.
Yes, they are, and wow is right. This has been entertaining to say the least. Vipers moving the ball around that three-point arc. Rubio finds Binyard. Binyard gonna drive, lost a handle on it, gets it back, lays it up and in. What a great reverse lay-in. I don't even know if Binyard knew where he was there.
It's nice. We're starting to get some votes in the chat box there. Thank you, you folks at home or wherever you're watching from, tuning in to vote for your player or broadcaster of the game.
Look at that. Rubio comes out of nowhere, gets on the floor, and gets the tie up for the jump ball, but possession arrow is with the Jaguars. So Canyon View will control right at the 5-minute mark. 35-33. Jags lead the Vipers. Hayes gets it over to Flores. Flores, great look down low, and leaving it short is Outley. Vipers come away with the ball. Binyard over to Johnson, back to Binyard. Up top now to Swearigan. Johnson goes cross court to Sant. Back up top to Swearigan. Binyard trapped in the corner. Under 4.5 to go. Sant back up to Swearigan. 3 on the way by Johnson. Well short. And it'll be Jaguar basketball. Couple of substitutions for Canyon View as checking back into this game is number 2, Dante Marshall, and number 11, Bryson Cosgrove. And you like to see Cosgrove checking in. He's really had the hot hand, especially from behind the three-point arc here this evening. Also checking in now for the Jaguars, number 5, Danny Diaz. Marshall works around Binyard, gets it over to Hayes. Hayes back over to Marshall. 3 on the way by Franco, no good. He chases down his own rebound. Franco gives it over to Hayes. Hayes gonna cut right down the lane, leaves it short. Sant with the rebound. Outlet over to Rubio. Out ahead to Binyard. Binyard, a bounce pass to Neil Johnson, who lays it up and in for 2. We're knotted at 35. 3:45 to go in this fourth quarter, and we've got a whistle. This is going against the Jaguars. So checking back in for the Jaguars is Kamar Outley. He will replace Franco. And what an inbound 3, no good by Rubio, but right there to lay it up and in for 2 is Jake Sand.
Well, you can't deny the hustle shown by that young man there on that rebound and putting it back up. So give credit where credit's due. Great play.
Verrado now with their first lead of this second half, 37-35. with 3:28 to go in this fourth quarter. Martala will check back in for Verrado. He will replace Adrian Swearigan. Cosgrove to inbound for the Jaguars. Over to Marshall. And right now the Jaguars don't really have to be in a hurry. They trail by 2 and you have 3:20 left in this game. Right now you almost want to just use some clock.
Yeah, you know, you got to get your lead back, which
there it is.
There we go. Somebody heard me.
They got a 1-point lead now after that 3-pointer by Dante Marshall, 38-37.
Couple of defensive stops, a couple of more baskets, and then you just want to sit on the ball.
Ball in the hands of Jake Sant. He'll give it over to Neo Johnson. Johnson back up top to Sant. They'll work it over to Rubio, who drives baseline, bounce pass, Neo Johnson in and out, no good. Martala with the offensive rebound, ball tipped into the hands of Ladarian Hayes. Hayes now with it. Jaguars lead by 1, 2:25 to go in this game. Marshall over to Cosgrove, the jumper off the back of the iron, no good. Offensive board, Cosgrove comes up with the loose ball and he's fouled. He'll head to the line for a pair. Wow, Vince, that's all I could say.
That's
wow.
Right. Wow is right. So this is, you know, it's things are starting to come alive here late in the fourth quarter, and I'd say it's happening at the right time. No time like the present. These guys, both teams are really starting to play, and they'll continue to trade baskets here the rest of the game.
And I think Martala,
he may have fouled out.
I think he may have.
It wouldn't surprise me because of such a low-scoring game, a lot of defense being played, a lot of whistles blown.
Cosgrove in and out, no good on the first free throw attempt. And now checking into the game, it will be Josh Abramson. He will replace Adrian Swearigan. But I'm sure they're going to swap those two out on every possession, as Cosgrove off the front of the iron, no good. But Abramson comes in and gets the big rebound, and he's fouled.
That surprises me there. I'm surprised at that call. You know, if anything, I would have called it a jump ball because the ball was tied up. But anyway.
And now they're going to do that offense for defense substitution as Abramson goes out for Swearigan. They got what they needed out of Swearigan, which was that big rebound, but now out of Abramson, I should say, but now you bring in Swearigan for the offense. Johnson, bounce pass over to Swearigan. Swearigan picks up his dribble. He goes cross court with it. Sant up top, ball's tipped, and chasing it down in the back court is Swearigan. Swearigan ahead to Johnson. Johnson, good jump step, puts it up, leaves it short, and Outley with the big rebound for the Jaguars. 100 seconds remain in this game.
We've got a lot of votes coming in here on our chat on the live stream, and thank you, by the way, to Fun is Created. Thank you for broadcasting this. You guys are doing a great job. And Vince is awesome. Wow, thank you so much. No, I'm sorry. Derek didn't see that. I'm just reading him here, and I made that up. But anyway, thank you, whoever Fun is Created is, for the compliment. And we aim to please. Now, tomorrow morning, make sure you guys listen to the Varsity Sports Show between 9 and 10, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., AM 1060 KDUS. We are going to do our Jaguar report. In the final segment of the show, Coach Adrian Orona will join us, and that's going to be at 9:45. But if you want to listen to the whole show, you can. We'll put some great things out there. We've got guests from the National Youth Football Cheer Association, our new partner. We're going to be broadcasting some football this spring. We've got Saguaro basketball, our SaberCat report. We've got a couple other folks coming on. We've got a young man named Ben Morrison who is a defensive back, is getting a barrage of offers. His dad, Daryl Morrison, was one of my teammates in high school and played in the NFL for the Washington Redskins, and now his kids are carrying on his legacy. And good stuff. And you, so call in.
Yeah.
Join us for a fun, action-filled hour, 9 to 10 a.m. on AM 1060 KDUS, the Varsity Sports Show, every Saturday.
Rubio unable to convert on the front end of the 1-and-1. A big offensive rebound by Josh Abramson, but then he walked with it. Gives it right back to the Jaguars, 38-37. Canyon View clinging to a 1-point lead with 1:20 to go. They'll get it in the hands of Hayes with that deep three, and he buries it.
There you go.
This gym exploded on that three. What a shot, 41-37. Binyard gets it in the hands of Rubio, over to Johnson. Sant for three, got it!
Wow.
41-40, Jaguars lead by one.
Wow.
And Verrado's going to use a timeout with 51 seconds to go.
So post-game, Britt is going to be joined by Coach Orona, and then our Stessa Movement Company player of the game, which is Ladarian Hayes, number 0 for the Jags. Congratulations. Folks, thanks for voting, and thanks for the kind words. And you're welcome for the shout out. So keep watching. Thanks again. And this game will be archived, so you can go back and watch it as many times as you want.
And judging by how this game has gone, you may want to watch this game a couple, 3 times.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what's in store for this final 51 seconds. 41-40, Jaguars lead by 1. Both teams to this point have 17 fouls, so both teams are in the bonus, but not the double bonus yet. Coming out of the timeout, it will be Jaguar basketball, and Bryson Cosgrove will trigger the inbounds. Jags lead by 1. Verrado does not need to foul right away, but you know they're going to play tight defense, and right there they press right at half court. They force a turnover. Here comes Rubio. Looks to go coast to coast, puts it up and in for 2. Verrado leads 42-41. Losing a handle on it at the other end was Dante Marshall, and none of his teammates were able to pick the ball up. It's Verrado basketball with 30 seconds left. 42-41, Vipers lead by 1. What a turn of events.
Well, it ain't over yet.
No, it is not. At the scores table is Adrian Swearjan. He is Swearjan, set to check in, and he will replace Josh Abramson. Checking in for Canyon View is Josiah Flores. He'll replace the big man Kamar Outley. Inbounding for the Vipers is Neo Johnson. He'll be guarded by Ladarian Hayes. They get it in to Swearjan in the backcourt. Swearjan brings it across the timeline. 25 seconds to go. Verrado leads by 1. Swearjan picks up his dribble, gives it up to Binyard. Johnson fouled with 16 seconds as Ladarian Hayes just wrapped him up. So going to the line is Neo Johnson. Johnson, the junior, averages 8 points a game. He has been active here this evening.
These bleachers are shaking.
Yes, they are. It's a 1-and-1 situation, and Johnson, cool and calm, knocks down the first free throw, giving the Vipers a 2-point lead.
Here we go.
Verrado 3-3 on the year. Canyon View 2-4. Johnson, second attempt. No good. Defensive rebound. And now the ball's loose. And it's going to be Viper basketball.
Oh, boy.
Cosgrove had the initial rebound. He lost control of it. Dante Marshall could not pick the ball up. And it's Verrado basketball. Verrado throws in the backcourt to Neo Johnson. Johnson now is fouled. It took the refs a while to blow the whistle there. But Vince, this is one of those things that where it kind of hurts Canyon View not having any seniors. You have no veteran leadership.
Well, yeah, you got a lot of young guys, but the bigger thing is these guys are playing together for the first time, some ever, and it's that cohesiveness of playing together for a few years. Whether they're juniors, sophomores, freshmen is irrelevant. These guys are coming together and playing together for the first time, and that, I believe, is where a lot of the leadership develops, and you get a lot of underclassmen that step up right away if they know the guys next to them and trust them, and that'll come with time.
Johnson hits the crucial second free throw to give him a 4-point lead. 45-41, 7 seconds to go. Driving is Marshall. He puts up a Hail Mary, no good, and fouled underneath the bucket is Swearigan. He is fouled by Josiah Flores. 2.6 seconds left, and that will probably do it as Verrado leads by 4 and looks to extend their lead now as Adrian Swearigan will go to the free throw line. 4-2.
Yeah, and we obviously want to hear from Coach Orona in postgame, and we'll see if we can get Ladarian Hayes to give us his thoughts. Obviously, again, 2.6 seconds left. Anything can happen, but it's hard to make up points in the closing seconds, particularly when your opponent is shooting foul shots. With a chance to increase the lead to 5.
Yeah, they would need him to miss here, drain a 3, and lean in and get fouled. They'll get it out ahead. Marshall will heave it. It's blocked, and that will do it at the buzzer. Final score here tonight, the Verrado Vipers defeat the Canyon View Jaguars 45-41. Canyon View falls to 2-5 overall on the year. Verrado improves to 4-3 overall.
There's promise. You see great things, and I get excited when I see this community, this campus, these families, these young people, these coaches, and you see flashes of brilliance and good things to come and great things to come. We're gonna go to Britt here with Coach Orona. And tonight's player of the game, Ladarian Hayes. So go ahead, Britt, take it away. We're not getting it. Not hearing her in here. Well, it appears we've got some technical difficulties with the mic down on the floor. So Britt obviously is talking to Ladarian Hayes. He's a little frustrated, but thank you, Britt. Okay, so what a game, Derek. There's a lot of promise, a lot of things to look forward to with this program. We're going to hear from Coach Orona tomorrow. We're so sorry we could not get Ladarian Hayes on tonight or Coach Orona, and we'll come back with that and see what we can do there. And Britt's going to kill me as soon as we get off camera here about that. But sorry, Britt, we had a technical issue there. But we've got many more games we're going to cover, many more opportunities to talk to all of these young people, particularly guys like Ladarian Hayes, the heart and soul of this basketball team. And, of course, tomorrow morning, join us on the Varsity Sports Show. We are going to talk to head basketball coach Adrian Orona in the Jaguar segment, final segment of the show, 9:45. But if you want to listen starting from 9, feel free. AM 1060 KDUS. Derek, final thoughts. Nice job, my friend.
This was a fun one, Vince, and these schools only separated by about 4 or 5 miles, and bragging rights were on the line. Canyon View held tough all night. It's tough sometimes when you don't have this senior veteran leadership, but a lot of promise coming out of this Canyon View program, and it'll be a lot of fun to see what the future holds.
Nice job, Derek, and great job, and I'll see you next week. Britt, so you were down there. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but what did you get from Coach Orona?
Well, I want to first say that was actually my fault. I looked down after and realized I never took it off mute, so that was my bad.
I didn't want to say anything.
What I did get from them was that they had said, it's a tough loss, but, you got to learn how to grow from this, and they're looking forward to continuing to get better each and every day. And, he was just talking about how it was what it meant to him to be voted Stessa Movement Player of the Game by the fans. He had 18 points. It was a tough loss,
wow.
but still to be able to go out there and shine like that, still, it meant a lot to him.
Well,
so.
Almost his average. He averages about 20, so the fact that he got 18, that's great. Heart and soul of the team. We want to thank once again the administration of Canyon View High School, Principal Philip Nowlin, Athletic Director Andrea Hudson, the staff, Coach Adrian Orona. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you again to the Canyon View community. We're looking forward to doing a lot more with you folks. We got to talk to Roxy here really quick. Roxy, step on down here and join. Actually, why don't you put the headset on so you can hear exactly what is being said. So, Roxy, what's your last name?
It's Geethley.
Geethley, and
yeah.
You are what, a sophomore, junior, senior?
I'm a junior.
You are a junior this year. Okay, and you did a masterful job on the camera. Make sure folks at home critique the camera work. She did a heck of a job. She is our student intern. We're looking forward. Are you going to join us for the season?
Yeah, I think I am. I think it'll be
okay,
fun.
good.
Yeah.
We're going to also get Roxy now. Britt was a Cronkite student at ASU. Britt can give you some pointers, and maybe you'll join us on some play-by-play and some color analysis and interviewing coaches as the season goes on. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, you did a great job on the camera tonight. Anybody you want to say hello to at home, Roxy?
I have a lot of siblings, so I have like 7 of them. My
Whoa.
mom, my dad. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Are they watching?
Maybe.
You got to help us out here. Get us some
Shout out to
ratings.
Roxy's family.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Roxy Geethley, thank you very much. Did I say your last name right?
Yep.
Okay,
did.
awesome. Thanks so much for helping us out. We look forward to covering it. I'll send you an email, let you know the next games we have out here. And great. Nice job.
Thank you.
Okay, Britt, we're going to sign off. And any last thoughts?
You know what? It's
you
just
always
great.
ask people if they have anything else they want to say, so I'm going to ask you.
I actually
Yeah.
didn't do that when I interviewed the coaches today, so
Yeah.
maybe it's not the worst thing that my mic was muted. But final thoughts. Verrado did a great job coming back from a really, really tough first half,
Yeah.
especially that first quarter. That was a really rough first quarter for them. So to be able to overcome that and come back and win the way that they did was huge. And Canyon View is still a young program. They're still getting things established here, kind of creating a culture and getting the program, setting a tone. So I'm sure in years to come, this is going to be an incredibly fierce program.
Awesome. And with that, we will sign off. Thanks again for joining us tonight. Varsity Sports Show and our new partners, Canyon View High School, the Jaguars out in Waddell, Arizona, part of the Agua Fria School District. So excited on behalf of our broadcasting and production crew, Roxy Geethley, our student intern, who is just as valuable as any other member of this crew. Justice Miranda, our producer. Derek Niesner on play-by-play tonight. Brittany Boyer on a wonderful job, as always, on bringing us pieces of the game that we don't necessarily see from up here and the voices of the game. And myself, Vince DeLisio, just some guy. Tune in tomorrow morning. Varsity Sports Show, 9 to 10 a.m., AM 1060 KDUS.